Coach Heupel's post-game press conference. Coach will make an opening statement, and then we'll go into questions. To ask a question, just raise your hand. Coach?
Yeah, start just by saying, it's been almost a month since we played a home game. Fans were electric and awesome. Before the game, Vol walk was as good a sight as I've ever seen, and the energy early inside the stadium was fantastic. Just appreciate what they did. Disappointed with the outcome. Obviously, there's a really good football team that we played in Georgia. They deserve a ton of credit. And there's some things that we had to do better to change the way the game was played in the second half and down the stretch. And anyways, with that, I'll open it up.
Questions will go to David and then Adam in the front.
Josh, Hendon seemed to just sail a couple of throws today. Did he seem a little juiced up compared to how he's been this year?
Yeah, whether that was juiced up, body not in the right position, or just the pressure that they were getting at times, and him being a little bit rushed inside the pocket. Whether the pressure was real or he was feeling the rush from previous plays, we were just a little bit off. The one interception was that, and there were a couple other throws that sailed on him.
You were even with the number one team for about a third of the game. Is your takeaway going to be that silver lining, or is your takeaway going to be that there's still a ways to go to get there?
Love the way our kids prepared. Love the way they competed. Don't question any of that. Against a good football team like that, you gotta make the plays or make some plays that give you a chance to play it down to the end. You lose the turnover battle 2-0. You can't do that. The red zone for us offensively, not good enough. Change those two things. You got a chance to play it down the end. Our kids know who and what they are and what we're building here, and we'll continue to fight.
Rob?
Coach, in the last month, you guys have had an opportunity to measure yourself against the top two team programs in the country in this league. Just what do you feel like the gap is? What do you have to do to close it?
Got to continue to compete, continue to grow. Our kids aren't scared of walking out on the football field against anybody, either our coaches. And we're going to continue to recruit. We're going to continue to build the right culture inside the building, and we'll be in more of these games, and we'll end up on the right side of them too as we grow.
Yeah, Coach, Devontae Payton goes down the first quarter, obviously a tough loss. How would you say that affected your offense going forward?
Obviously he's been a huge part of what we've done offensively, and Ramel steps in, did some really nice things. Doesn't have the same game experience as Javonte did, but next man up, man. It's the nature of the game.
Jimmy?
Josh, the first quarter you moved the ball pretty effectively. Not as well after that. Were there adjustments that Georgia made, or what happened?
They got us with the pressure. We just busted protection. We got the next drive going. We, air mail ball and end up throwing a pick. Like when it's going good, you guys are doing the ordinary things really high level, and when it's not, it's probably something along those lines. It's not all 11. It's just one guy. They're a good football team. They're good defensively. Got really good personnel, and they play their scheme extremely well. There's some things that we got to do a better job of in certain situations in particular.
West to the right. West.
Josh, it seemed like a couple of those fourth downs, maybe not giving receivers a chance to make plays on some of those balls. Is that just something to go back on film and a teaching moment for Hendon?
Yeah, for sure. You want to give guys an opportunity. The one sprint out, I couldn't tell, where the bodies were all at, and how he had an opportunity to give somebody a chance. Cedric in the backside of it, a ball or not.
And what about Tillman in particular? Just the way that he continues to produce every week like that.
Yeah, really consistent. Thought him and Bayless had really good nights. Cedric had a huge football game. You just look statistically. It's a great lesson for everybody inside of our program. Those that put the most into it get the most out of it. Really consistent in his approach and his behavior every day inside of our building. That's why he's gained confidence and why he plays with great confidence.
David?
Josh, when they got up 24-10 early in that third quarter, had you pretty much decided by that point if it was close on fourth down you would be going for it? I think it was the 4th and 4 on the 17.
Yeah, we're just the area of the field. The analytics was close on it, and felt like it was a situation where we would go for it. Tough to get the ball down there against those guys too.
Kirby Smart said he made special preparations this week for your unique up-tempo offense. Do you take that as a compliment that teams like that are feeling pressure in a game like this against your system?
We I don't know. You know, I mean, end of the day, I think, you know, for us as a football team, we've shown that we've gotten better throughout the course of the season. That's true defensively. It's true offensively. You know, tonight wasn't our best football, and I don't want to take anything away from Georgia. You know what I mean? They're really good. You know, in all three phases of the game. You know, when I say that, just our controllables that we can do a little bit better when we need to. But you know, we'll look at it on Monday and get ready for the next one.
Jimmy?
Josh, did you go into this game planning to try to run Hooker quite a bit, feeling that was one of the things you might have to do against the defense?
I felt like you'd have to run him some, quite a bit. I don't know about that. You know, they're good in the front seven, make it tough to run the football. We felt like, you know, we had a game plan that gave us the ability. He had to run the ball more tonight, just, you know, because of scrambles, you know, and some of that. I'm not sure what his rush total was, but
17 carries.
yeah, I mean, he ran around a little bit too.
Blake?
Josh, what would you say is maybe the toughest thing about preparing for this Georgia defense?
Toughest thing is just their personnel. You know, their front seven personnel is really good. They rotate guys in. There's no drop off from the one to the next guy that's coming in.
Any other questions for Coach? Wes?
How do you picture? I know you never want your team to lose, but y'all still have a lot sort of out there the next couple of weeks. You have any doubts that they'll kind of, with those next two games, be ready to roll?
Nah, no doubts in our guys and who they are. They're disappointed with the outcome tonight. Didn't happen because we didn't like their preparation or their focus. Like, you know, didn't do the things we needed to make it a game down the stretch. But man, it's a group that I'll go compete with every Saturday.
Anything else?
Yeah, Coach, obviously you talked about we haven't seen much of Ramel so far, but what do you think that his strengths within your offense could be going forward?
I thought he did a really good job tonight. You know, did a good job understanding, you know, coverage that he was going to see and what he saw on the back end of the snap. Got in the right spot with the quarterback. Thought he did a good job on you know, run after catch, you know, perimeter screens. Thought he did a good job blocking on the perimeter too. So thought he did some really positive things.
Patrick?
Coach, you talked a lot about the offense, but the defense, how did you feel like they performed just from your view on the sideline? What do you think the defense maybe could have done better to get off the field a little bit more?
You know, the end of half situation was unique in the way that unfolded. You know, we got a third down stop, we get a horse collar on, you know, and ends up turning into points for them. It's just some of those key plays that, you know, I was talking a little bit about the offense. You got to be on the right side of those key plays to change the way the game's played. For us defensively, I feel like that was the case too. It's all of us together. I said this in the locker room, like, it's coaches and players. There will never be a divide.
How much concern is there with Javonte going forward in that shoulder, and was Tyon close to being ready to go in this one?
Tyon, we did not feel like was ready to go this one. Javonte, we'll see, you know, where he's at. I think, you know, he'll have an opportunity to play next week.
All right.
Okay, guys.
Thank you
have a
very
great
much.
night.